Hey, this is Matt, and today I'd like to go over the ORAT's earnings report. The earnings report is based on moves that are implied by the options market, and we'll explain each of the columns next. There are some explanations at the top. The ticker, the confirmed, these are all earnings that are confirmed, and then the time of day, either before market open or after market close. Stock price, the last time that we captured the option prices, the expected move. This is the important one. This is the one where we extricate the amount of move based on the straddle pricing. And the straddle pricing has in it both the expected move in the stock at earnings, and then if it has more than 1 day's to earnings, then it'll have more premium in it. And so that's the big trick, is to take out the value of the straddle after earnings is announced. And then what we do is we say, well, what are the past expected earnings moves in the stock? So these are both comparable. This is the implied over the historic 12 quarters previously, so 3 years, and this is today's earnings. And then now we're going to look at projected moves based on actual moves. So we have past actual moves, average of 12 quarters. We have the same quarter moves. For example, we're in the second quarter now, so these are all the second quarter moves. And the past year moves, so 4 quarters here. And then the average of those 3 is what we're calling the historical projected move. These aren't the average dollar movements. They are percentage movements converted into dollar movements. So we explain that up in the top here. Now we're going to look at what the implied volatility is. We say what the implied volatility is now, and in most, if not all cases, what it will fall to after earnings. So there is approximately 8 points of volatility that are going to come out of implied, as we call it, after earnings. So the earnings will fall, or the implied volatility will fall from 32 in this case to 24 afterwards. And then we do a ratio of the past expected 74 cents divided by 57 cents, and that's 29. And you'll also notice that we have signals. So ORAT over the years has developed some signals. Some of these are based on the historic projected moves. Some are based on the expected moves. And we have some other signals that we'll get into a little bit later. And then we'll say whether we think based on those historical moves, we expect it to move more than the straddle is saying today, or less. So under, we would think it would move more, and over, we think that it won't move as much as the straddle is priced in. So that's an explanation of the report going forward. I'd like to now turn to, how well did it do? So this is the earnings move summary report, we call it, and we go through all of the stocks that we cover. The stocks have to be at least $10 in price, have option volume of at least 1,000 for all the contracts, have an implied volatility less than 80, and earnings in less than 91 days. So in this case, you see Agilent, and when its historical earnings was, what the price at that point was, what the move that was expected was, what the past expected moves were, all the same data that we talked about, the historical. These are actual moves, this is the expected moves. And then what we look at is the actual move compared to the expected move. So this expected move was $4.22, well above the $3.62 past expected moves. And indeed, it only moved at 69 cents. So 69 cents, so $4.22, we expected it to move. It only moved at 69 cents, so that's $3 and something divided by the stock prices. You lost 4.4% on that, owning that straddle. So that's what the actual move and move minus straddle percentage is. What we do here, over to the right, is we're looking at various signals. So the signal that we make a comment whether it's under or overvalued is the ORAT signal. It actually had, last quarter had negative returns, and most of the other quarters it has positive returns, had positive returns for selling and negative for buying. I encourage you to download this. You can download it from at our links and check out the summary report. We do deliver this and update it every Friday of every week, and that is the earnings move report, which we looked at before, and the earnings summary report. And you can go to info.orats.com/earnings to subscribe or to get more information. Thanks.